Hi guys, Juanita with Nina Rose Treasures. This is a requested video on how I make my tassels. And as you know, there are many videos out there on making tassels. But this is what I found easiest for me. So without further ado, I guess we can get started. We were supposed to have this video up the other day, but I misplaced my tool that I needed to use, and I purchased a container from Dollar Tree to keep my tools in because remember, I'm trying to get organized. So this is the toolbox that I purchased, which is nice, compact, and small. So I try to keep my main tools in here, my crocodile, chopper, and things like that. And these are just my pencils and things for my planner. So I tried to keep everything uh, together. And Lord behold, I couldn't remember that I put this in my toolbox. So I have to try to keep these things together. Uh, and I'm from my little craft space to the front room. So everything is still trying to get in its place. But anyway, uh, you take your excuse me, your paper of choice, and I have a scratchy throat. I think I'm trying to get a sore throat. Take the paper of your choice. You measure it. Maybe what I chose was like 5.5 inches, and on the back of your paper or front, whichever, you can measure off about 3/4 of an inch at the top, and that's where you're not gonna cut. So you can just take a ruler, and for sake of time, I marked it off, and just mark it off so you don't cut above that line. And then you just take your ruler, line it up with your pre-made dots. You draw a line down through there, and that way you'll be able to cut it kind of even, and it won't be too lopsided. So I purchased these. I forget what they call them, paper shredder scissors, maybe. And I got these at a thrift store for $1. So I don't know what they normally cost at the store, but this is what I used, and this is what I was looking for. But you can also use scissors. You just have to be able to measure it out really, really even, and try to get them pretty close together. Yeah. And then you just try not to go over above your line because that's your border to keep from going up too high. And if you think that 5.5 is, too long for you, you can also adjust the size of your paper to less inches, 4 inches, 3 inches. It's up to you what size tassel that you interested in making. Some of mine that I started out with was pretty, uh, pretty long, and I didn't really have to have them that long. So this is the what the paper shredder does, and this is the paper that I chose. So yeah. So then you can take a pencil or what have you, and we want to curl the paper a little, especially if you're using like cardstock. This is just regular paper to kind of give it that roll when you're ready to roll it, like that. And then you can take your scissor, and what I did, I snipped off. See, you have to take off maybe about 1 or 2 little strips at the top, like that. Okay. Then you can take, you need a jewelry tool. I don't know if there's any other thing that you can use to make loops with, but this is what I use because I make jewelry. And you take your tool, and what you want to do is put it at the tip. You can see that. And then you want to make just a tiny little loop, because that's what's going to hold your paper in place. And that's all I do. Just take it, turn it, and it's going straight up. You can see that. Okay, so that's the loop. You can see this. That's the small loop that you make. Okay, so then take a little glue, and the end that you cut off is where you're going to place your wire. You can buy these wires or pin heads at Joann's or Michael's, but I just buy the wire and then I cut off what I need when I need it. So you take your paper and you're trying to line it up as tight as you can and put just a drop of glue there if you like. Okay. Press it down, and then you can roll it over. And you get just about there. I might could have cut off one more piece of paper. Then you take a needle nose, and you take your needle nose and you grab that little loop that you made and you turn it completely up. And that's okay if you grab a paper. You'll have plenty to work with. Then you have that. You can see. See that loop? That's held right there. It's tight. Hold on to the paper. So then you just take your paper and keep rolling. That's why I say if you don't want to use 5.5, you can always make your tassel a little smaller. But by this being paper, I thought maybe it's okay to use a little longer. And you just roll, roll, keep rolling. Try to keep it tight if you can. The time it gets away from you. You don't have to worry about it being so neat and even, because that's going to get covered up, that top part. And you want it to be small as possible. So mind you, this is paper. Cardstock is a little sturdier. I'm using paper for the sake of the video. And this also is going in my in a flip book to my swap partner. So when you get to the end, you can look in there and you can adjust it a little. And if you're afraid that it's not secure, you can always add a little glue. So I get to the end and I'm adding a little glue. There. This glue dries pretty quick, so if just for safety, I add a little glue around the top. Usually it's a little tighter than this. That's okay. That'll just secure it a little more. Okay, so now we got a wire and it's there. Then you're gonna find a spacer, and you can choose which color wire spacers that you want to use. You know, there's quite a few different colors on the market. So I add a spacer. That's my spacer. And then that glue there helps secure that spacer as well, if you want to use that. Then you take a bead, Swarovski crystal, pearls, what have you, to start adding on. In my case, this is a Swarovski crystal that I'm using. I just thought it would be prettier. You can add a pearl if you like. Or, let's see, you can add another spacer. I guess if you don't want to use so much glue to secure it, so it give it some wiggle room. Okay, there's the pearl. And then I have some smaller beads that I can add to the top. It's a little bit of a glass bead, and that's just to kind of keep it from rubbing your last top piece, your pearl or your bead. And last but not least, that's going to be a little long, but I love the butterfly crystal as well. Let's see. Add the butterfly. See, now it gets pretty long, but you have to decide, you know, what you want to put on. You want to use the pearl or the butterfly. And since we already have that, I think I'll just do the pearl. And I want to kind of keep it matched up with the color of the paper. I think that's pretty. Most of that green is gone, but I think that'll work. Okay, so now we are going to make another loop at the top, because that's what's going to hold your little hook or your clasp. And I guess I can cut some of that off. You can leave this on and make your turn, or you can cut some off. I guess maybe leave, maybe not, maybe about ½ inch. Then we're going to take our tool and we're going to make another turn. And you can stick it in back through the hole. And just squeeze it up. that's going to give you your, use my needle nose, your little loop at the top. Not the best double loop, but it's okay because it's not going to have to be used in something, really, it has to be so durable. And then you want to add something around the base, the top of your tassel. And I thought I had ribbon. Just have to cut a piece off. And then you take some ribbon, you cut your ribbon. Don't need that big of a piece. And then you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to wrap it around. Let's see about how much you need. Then you're going to add your glue. And really, these are really fast. It doesn't take too long to do. Once you get the hang of it, you can whip them out pretty quick. And if your band piece you think is too wide, you can always cut it down, cut it in half if you like. And if this wet glue isn't quick enough for you, you can always use your hot glue. My hot glue was in the other room, so I couldn't use the hot glue. This is a little messy and sticky. So if you want to continue to decorate, you can add some other things to your tassel. I want to add a little bow. I know it's pretty dressed up already, but I think the bows are just really cute. That makes them really girly. There's a pop dot on the back, so you can just remove that. And then to cover up your seam, you're gonna put a little glue right there. And we add our bow. See that? And that's our tassel. And last but not least, if you want it to be a keychain, you can take a little ring and just twist it open. Add it to the loop. Open it good. And then you take your ring, and this, if you want to make a key, use a key ring to make a tassel, that's fine. Or either you can use your clasp to, there. And that's it. And that's your tassel. Okay, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video with the tassel. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a message, comment, and if you like it, hit the like button too. But this is my take on the tassel. Um, that bow, the black bow is a little overbearing. So if you wanted to, it's always interchangeable to a certain point. Let's see. I want to try maybe a different bow, but that one is a little dark for me. Let's see. And we can take that off. I want it to be, and it's a little big too, so that's another reason we probably should interchange it. A little lighter bow, I think would look nicer. Yeah, there, I like that bow a little better. Okay, so this is our tassel. Hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.